Y'all, what's up, y'all? It's Friday. What's up? Let me see. How does this thing work? hmm What's up, y'all? Let's see. Let me see how this works. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? It's Friday. So, let's see. I didn't know it was going to, hey, I didn't know it was going to start when I took the picture. Listen, I took the picture and then I started making coffee and stuff. So let's see what we're going to talk about. It's Friday. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Let me know that you stopped by. What are we going to talk about today? Let me tell the people I'm live. What's up, y'all? Yeah. What's going on? What are we talking about today? It's Friday. I'm home. I was going to go to the park, but I was like, I don't feel like leaving. So we just going to sit here and talk. Hey, Diva. What's up, y'all? Hey, we live. Hey, we live. Can y'all see me okay? Is there a... Can y'all see me okay? I don't want the reflection in my glasses. So what are we talking about? Let's see what's going on. It's okay? I look okay? I'm excited. I don't know what to do. Hey, everybody. Okay, so let's talk about it. First thing I'm going to talk about. So, did we, let's see. Then I got to read the comments too. Let's talk about, I'm going to go through trending topics because, we really don't have anything to talk about. So, hey, T. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I want to talk about Jennifer Hudson. Did y'all hear about Jennifer Hudson? And how her husband, or they weren't even married, and she doesn't want to pay child support. So here it is. So yeah, what's going on, y'all? It said Jennifer Hudson says she shouldn't have to pay for her ex's home. And he wants custody. She's fighting for custody. Yeah, he needs to get a job. He's fighting for custody. I think because he just wants alimony and he wants child support, but he won't work, she says. So what do you think about that? Should she, it says here, let me read what it says here. He's okay. So he was granted primary custody of their son in 2017. She questioned her ex's ability to raise her son in a safe, loving environment. She also expressed her frustration in having to cover the cost of his home and living expenses. He should work. So what do you think? Okay, so she's primary. She makes the most money, right? So do you think because she makes the most money, because a lot of people are talking about this as a gender thing, but I think at the end of the day, it has to do with money, right? She's tired of taking care of him. He spent all of the money on an Ivy League education to be right. That's what I thought. I thought he was like a lawyer or something. Like, wasn't he like a lawyer, David Otunga? He was like a lawyer or something like that. What's going on, Kim? Let's see. Longstanding legal battle. What do y'all think? Do you think that she should pay him alimony? I don't understand why he won't work. I just don't get that. I don't get it. Let's see. And he has custody. She's a Virgo child. She don't want to get married. She never wanted to get married. My thing is, at the end of the day, when two people make a baby, it's a liability. I've been saying that over and over again. This is what I said on Twitter. I'm just going to read what I said on Twitter because a lot of people don't understand. It's like the emotions that get behind having a baby and then a person not wanting to. It's almost as though they feel like they're paying the other parent, right? It feels like, oh, if I'm paying child support, I'm like, people believe I'm paying the parent. I'm not paying for the child. And it's not fair. I believe that when two people come together, and you know how I feel about marriage anyways, but they're not even married. That's the nuance in it. But most people paying child support, they feel like it's like, I don't know why we look at it in our community as like a punishment. But at the end of the day, you are two individual people creating a baby, right? And that is considered a liability. T says, I talk about that, like I say, like they're products of a union, of a partnership. And that liability comes to term at 18 years, right? You got to pay for the liability for the whole time that the liability that you created during the partnership. So whoever is the non-custodial parent, you got to pay for that. That's like under the law of the state, you have to pay for all liabilities acquired during the partnership. So I don't understand. I don't see why she shouldn't have to pay child support. Like, she should have to pay child support because that is part of her, right? I feel like that. That's the thing he's fighting for more, like they were married. They weren't married, but he did put his career on hold to raise their child. So where are we? So she can travel and work. So I do get the child support. Yeah, I feel like she should pay child support. I feel like she should. I don't even care who it is. Like, you're the non-custodial parent. You got to pay for the liability that you created when you had a partnership with whomever you had a partnership. Somebody online was saying, let's see, I'm gonna find this thing. This guy was going back and forth, and he was like, his parents worked, and he says, my parents worked in child support and defects my whole life. Most cases in low income situations, if one parent files for government aid or Medicare, then the state automatically opens a child support case. There usually isn't anything personal until the parties make it that way. Hey, Jay, what's going on? So what do y'all think? Do y'all think Jennifer Hudson should pay child support? And to me, I feel like if you go into the state, as soon as you go to the state and ask for assistance, the state is going to say, okay, well, you created a partnership with somebody. Somebody else is liable for this liability. Somebody else has to pay this. So we're going to go look for the other person because this liability was not created by one person. So the other person has to pay. I don't know why people look at it. I think people look at it as a punishment because of the emotions that get involved with that, right? Let me make this a little bit bigger, right? I think that's the problem. I feel like we don't know Jennifer. Jennifer Hudson is a Virgo. Let's just start right there. And notoriously, Virgos don't really, they don't really, unless it's a business, like if it makes sense business-wise, want to get married. Beyonce, for example. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's just not a thing. I don't know what it is with us. We just don't like to be, I don't know what it is about maybe being restricted or feeling some kind of restrictions. I don't know what that is. But I think that Jennifer Hudson should pay child support, because if it was the other way around, we would be like, that nigga should pay child support. She should pay child support. That's the baby you acquired. That's something that you acquired during the partnership. You got to pay. What do y'all say? Let's see. I feel like we don't know Jennifer. I feel like we don't know her either. She's very private. Virgos are very private. This wouldn't be an argument if it was a man. No, it wouldn't. He must think he's Mariah Carey. Child, Mariah Carey sues people for her time spent. Okay. She don't even have to be married. They weren't married, but yeah, he did put his career on hold. Yeah. Turnabout, that this is fair play. He gave up his career to be her boyfriend. Right. And women do it all the time, right? You do it all the time. But I don't even think she wanted to be married. How long have they been together? How old is that baby? That baby's getting ready to go to junior high school, right? How old is the baby? How old is the son? I agree. If she didn't want to pay, then she should put her career on hold and take care of her own child. My thing is, if you have a career, you're a career person, you always traveling, going somewhere, and he's taking care of the baby, why shouldn't you have to pay? Like, maybe she just doesn't want a court-ordered child support payment. I think that's what a lot of people, like, the white man is in my pocket. You putting the white man in my pocket and all this other stuff. But that's just what it is. I wouldn't have married no loser. He has the potential to be a top lawyer, and he went to reality TV, turned into a wrestler. I wouldn't have gotten hooked up with him in the first place. Yeah, a lot of people feel like why aren't you practicing law? Like, to me, I always thought it was impressive that he was a lawyer, and you're on this reality show, but are you a practicing lawyer? What's going on? I think she should pay. If Jay said, I think she should pay. If the shoe was on the other foot, everyone would be like, pay her. He's damn near grown, right? How old is that baby? Good morning. I believe he has a child majority of the time. Yeah, if you have the child the majority of the time, I don't see why that's a big deal. I don't see what the big deal is. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it does. It does. It does. Court order payment always ends up being less than what you give out of pockets. That's very true because, honey, my child support payments, baby. Let me tell you something. No, child. No, ma'am. I thought he always wanted to be entertainment. Yeah, I think so too. And I think probably getting with he wanted to be in entertainment. I think he was trying to get with her to maybe feel like it was a meal ticket. I just never thought like when she was on remember when she was on Oprah after her all her family, that tragedy with her family, she just seemed like she just really didn't want to be in a relationship with him at all. He could be an entertainment lawyer, but child, he may not just want to work, or he may feel like, look, you're out here traveling. I need somebody to help me take care of this damn baby. I don't see what the problem is. I don't see what the problem is. Let's see. So if you're ordered to pay, just pay. It's a court order. It's not revenge. And I think a lot of people see it like that. Like I think it's like the other way around. Like, oh, I'm getting back at you. I don't understand why we look at it that way. Let's see. Let's see. For some or others, that nigga will not budge. Men have a control issue, and that's why you need a court order child support. Yeah, that's another thing. And I like you can a lot of women don't go to because the man says, well, I'll just pay. But I remember being told if I filed a child support order that I would get no additional help outside, like from the grandmother, from any other of the family. I was told that if you file child support, I will not, you will not get any help. So I feel like if a person is inconsistent in terms of the support of the child, that a child support order should be filed. I just believe that. Yeah, I was told that. I was told if you file a child support payment, you won't get any help. So, child, what are you going to do? Let's see. What else? Who else? What else? So we all think that she should pay. Who thinks she shouldn't have to pay? Does anybody think she shouldn't have to pay? New York says his penis is what? Oh, New York says his penis is small. That's why she didn't pick him, girl. His penis is small. That's why New York didn't pick him. Y'all so crazy. Okay, so let's see. What else is going on? What else? Kodak Black got arrested in what? Canada? Let me see what they say about Kodak Black. He's so damn ignorant. Oh, he's so ignorant. What's going on with Remy Ma? I heard she punched. Did she punch somebody in the face? I know Remy Ma didn't punch anybody in the face. I heard that. I saw somebody on the timeline with a black eye, and I was like, did she fight somebody? Isn't she on probation? Oh, let's see. Let's see. Y'all trying to get Remy Ma locked up again. What did she do? She hit somebody? Kevin McCall's in trouble again. Yeah, Kevin McCall is Eva the Diva's child's father. And she broke up with him because he was physically abusive, and he keeps getting into these altercations with people. And I just read yesterday that he was arrested recently for a domestic violence situation. Yeah, I know they need to leave Remy Ma alone. Yeah, right. At least she used her hand this time. But I think people, I don't know why she got a black eye. Who is this girl? Brittany Taylor. Is she a singer? I don't know who this woman is. They keep putting people online talking about, oh, they went to jail. I'm like, I don't know who these people are. Let me see. Let's read. Let's see what the story is. Remy Ma in jail. Remy Ma. That's funny. Let's see. Remy Ma's under investigation after allegedly punching Love and Hip Hop cast member Brittany Taylor. But who is Brittany Taylor? Yeah, let's see. I don't even know who Brittany Taylor is. Is she like a rapper, I guess? So here I am. She put on Instagram. So here I am on the way to an important meeting. It's hard to even focus because of what occurred last night. I didn't want to bring it to social media because it's pretty embarrassing and not a good look, to be honest. I tried to do my best to cover it up and make with makeup and move on, but it still didn't work. My question is, Remy Ma, why did you really do this? Girl, you know why she did. You probably were out of order. You were probably out of order. I don't watch Love and Hip Hop, so I don't know who she is. I don't know who this girl is either. A lot of people they put on Love and Hip Hop, I don't know. Brittany Taylor. I feel like she's been on there before. I don't know nothing about her though. They got into a fight. Law enforcement says there's an open assault investigation stemming from the altercation at the event. Is Remy Ma still on probation? She gave her a black eye. Let's see if you can see it. Can y'all see it? She got clocked. She's on parole, so she's going to get in trouble for that. Hopefully. Hey, Carmen Elise. What's going on? Yeah, so she's under investigation, but keep your hands to yourself. I wonder what happened. Something had to happen for her to do that, because Remy Ma seems to be like trying to keep herself together, keep herself on the straight path or whatever. So that girl must have said something out of order to her for her to slap her. Papoose told Remy not to fuck with them girls because Remy's not going to slap. She's going to beat that ass. Remy's camp says Brittany is lying. A little messy bitch with a lot of mouth. Brittany has been on there for a while, but her mouth is reckless. Yeah, I felt like she looks familiar, but maybe with this black eye I can't. Maybe with this black eye I can't tell who she is. I don't know. What else is going on, y'all? Remy Ma. Nothing to talk about. I'm so excited. This is my first live, guys. Yeah, Remy, I don't think she has anger issues. I think Remy Ma is like, I think she just doesn't do a lot of talking. Like, she comes from that, like all that talking that people do and typing on the internet and stuff like that. I don't think that is how she moves. Like, either that's it. She's like a nigga, like for real. Like, I'm not talking, I'm not doing all this chit chatting. We're just going to fight. And then that's just going to be it. I'm just going to dot your I real quick, and that's it. And there's nothing else to talk about. So I think that's where she's coming from. I think a lot of these new people, they talk shit online, and then they don't think that they're ever going to see this person, outside of that. And Remy Ma is with the shits. She is with the shits too. Let's see, show. All right. Do you think Nene should have set out this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta? Oh, I didn't watch the season, just to be fair. But I do. No, I don't think she should, because Nene is, I'm going back and forth, because I think she's going through a lot of emotional issues right now. So I think that, I can't take, you guys see the glare in my glass. I think that I don't know, should she have set out for the season? I don't know who else would have picked her up. She needs a check. That's what it seems like is going on. But I think if we're going to see Nene's, I don't know. I feel like she should have set out, but I feel like we need to see what's happening. I feel like she's been on here so long. She probably is just like, fuck it. She needs a check, but she's going to have to be honest with herself and realize that she's not in a really happy space right now, and that she should probably sit the next season out. I really think all of them should sit the next season out. I hear somebody said that Kenya's coming back and they want Phaedra to come back. I think that they should I've said this before, all Real Housewives franchise, probably with the exception of New York, because New York is really good with what they have. Like that whole cast is really good. Ironically, none of them are married, which is actually kind of funny. But with Atlanta, I think we already know Nene's story. Like, what else can we know about Nene in terms of like a season? What else can we know about Cynthia? Cynthia is truly boring. Like, she could not hold her own. Eva, I would like to see Tanya, is that her name? Like, I would like to see new people. And I feel like every 3 seasons, they should cycle the women out, or at least 2 women, and bring in new people, because that is going to keep people's attention. We want to get to know new people and find out who these new, like Ronnie DeVoe's wife. I think that was a good addition, because we don't know nothing about her. She's a wife of, an entertainer, and is she a housewife? I don't know what's her name. I keep calling her Shamia. Somebody said I keep calling her Shamia last time, Shamari, but I'm like, Mm, I think all of them, everybody from season 1 to season, like Cynthia, Nene, Portia, Kenya, Phaedra, none of them should come back. None of them should come back. I feel like after 2 to 3 seasons, if you haven't created something from the platform that you've been given, you gotta go out. What's her name? Sheree. You haven't done nothing with the platform. You gotta get the fuck out. Kim Zolciak, you gotta go. Whoever hasn't done anything with the platform in 2 to 3 years, you gotta go. Cycle them out. We want to see new people. We have seen Nene's story from the beginning to the end. We've seen Nene go through a divorce. We've seen her get remarried. She was away from Greg. I don't even know why she remarried the nigga, but that's what she wanted to do. Let's see. Without her antics, what would people talk about? You mean without Nene's antics? Rumor is Cynthia got fired. Marlo got a peach, but who knows? Usually a lot of the rumors come out about who's cycling next, but I know from past seasons that they don't get any confirmation of contracts until like a few weeks after the last episode of the reunion airs. So, and then they start filming like 45 days after that, the next season for the next season. It's they keep them on a cycle. They keep them on a cycle. I think they're only off for 6 months or something like that. Something real short. They're not on for a long time. They're not off for a long time. I see. I haven't watched all since mid-season when Phaedra left. Can't do it. I can't stand Phaedra. Candy. She's another one. Candy at this point is just using her platform to create more businesses, and she's smart for doing that. Shamari is returning as a friend, not an actual housewife. Yeah, she needs to get control. I don't think she's an alcoholic, but I just think she doesn't know how to control her liquor. No Portia. I don't think Portia could hold her own by herself. I don't think Portia can hold her own by herself. Maybe they can do a show with her, with her new baby or whatever. Thank you, Empyrean Blue. Thank you. Yes, this is my first live. Thank you. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up. I forgot to tell y'all to hit the thumbs up. No, I'm still here. We still here for a little while. Rumor is Candy refuses to tape if Phaedra comes back. I wouldn't either. Phaedra is a liability to the whole franchise. She's a liar. She's a crook. She's worse than Kenya. Kenya is not like, you are affiliated the way that she used to talk about Kenya and everything, a lot of projection. You affiliated with criminals and shit, like with criminal activity, stealing people's identities and stuff like that. You don't need to be back lying on Candy the way she did, trying to get Portia caught up in that shit. She's very manipulative. I think she's a liability to the whole franchise. You're ordering. Thank you. I probably have to put it up. I'm actually changing the design of the merch. I didn't really like the design, so I'm doing some new changes to the merchandise. So and we'll see. Let's see. I love Bondi Blue. I think she is adorable. I think she's adorable, and that accent makes her even more adorable. It's talks in place in Cynthia with Tanya. Do you agree? Yeah, Cynthia. I think all the OGs need to go, and we need a fresh, new, under 40 group of people. Like, I think that's what needs to happen. I don't care for Portia. I don't like the dumb act that she puts on. I don't like that at all. I don't like for pretty girls to act dumb. But yeah, Cynthia should have left with Peter. I think I would take Portia back just because she's a younger person, but she's been on there for 6 seasons already. It's time for her to go. Like, literally time for her to go. But all the other divas, they gotta go. If you over 45, you gotta go. Not trying to be an ageist or anything, but I just want to have a fresh group of women to see. Like, Eva's newly married with babies, Portia's newly married with babies. We could see. Thank you, by Trisha. Thank you so much. I think we should see like fresh faces. I didn't watch season 11. I didn't either, Harold. I didn't do it. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it because I think I wouldn't have a good review. I'd be always mad at them. But when I did watch some of the episodes to see, like, when Nene grabbed the cameraman or whatever, I was like, I felt like I missed that. I missed the shade. I missed the jokes and stuff like that. I missed all of that. Daniva said, if we grown out of these women, and I will say, I don't want to see 55-year-old grandmother acting like a child. To be honest, Right. I don't want to see Nene acting like that. I feel bad for her. I feel bad that she's going through these things, and I feel like she's acting out. I don't like people who change the terms of a friendship without telling the other person, like, bitch, I thought we was cool yesterday. What happened? Like, and then saying you don't have a problem with somebody and clearly you have a problem with somebody. Like, that shit is out of here. You too old to be acting like that. You're a grandma. You got some grown ass, big ass kids. You need to get a hold of your emotional health first and your emotional well-being. I feel like Greg is probably an asshole, but they probably assholes together. They may have just grown out of each other. Beverly Hills is really good. Beverly Hills is really good. And I think New York is really good. Like, I don't know what it is about the women. Like, I don't know what it is. And I don't want to feel like I want to see those old bitches on New York and the old bitches on Beverly Hills, but I don't want to see no old bitches on Atlanta. I don't know why I feel like that. Why is that? Did you like Cynthia's friendship contract with Nene? I thought it was cute. You know, friends do cute things like that. I thought it was cute. Let's see, I'm 47. It's disheartening to see women my age act like high school girls. And I think that's just Nene acting like that. There's nothing wrong with being messy or, you know, throwing shade and back and forth. But Nene is like, she's mean spirited now. And it's like, because she's unhappy. And when people are unhappy, it's really hard for them to like get along with people because they're not happy with themselves. Just by looking at the reunion, I can tell that Lanithia was awful this season, and she's trying to use Greg's battle cancer as an excuse to why she's being shitty. That on top of, listen, this is what it is for with Nene. You're a caregiver, somebody with cancer. You have been, and somebody else said that you have been trying to get Greg to go to the doctor over and over again. And you know, Black men do not go to doctors. They don't go to the doctor. But now I have to take care of you, and you an asshole. On top of that, I'm having issues with my friendships. Then now I'm taking care of somebody who doesn't treat me nice. So now I'm pissed off everywhere on every aspect. That's what's going on with Nene. She's mad at everybody for everything. She's probably just not happy at this point in her life. And we all go through that. We all get to some point and we're like, I'm not really happy right now. I'm not happy in this situation. So I think that's what's going on with Nene. I don't think she should come back next season. What else is going on, y'all? It is frustrating being a caregiver, and then the anger is misplaced. Like, you mad at everybody. And then people are probably telling her, oh, it's so nice that you're taking care of Greg. And she's probably like, this motherfucker gets on my fucking nerves. I don't like this mother. I mean, she was about to divorce him, right? I mean, she divorced him already. She said they was having problems when they got the diagnosis. So she's like, nigga, I'm not trying to do all of this with you. I'm not trying to do this. You are asshole to me. You cheated on me, all this other stuff. And now I got to take care of you, honey. Please, you better go. You know how, y'all already know how I am about it. And I think Nene doesn't like to be out of control in her friendships, in any of her relationships. When she doesn't feel like she can control the situation, then there's some conflict with her and that other person. Everybody she brings on the show, she has a problem with. She brought Kenya on the show, y'all. Don't y'all remember? She brought Kenya on the show. And as soon as she realized Kenya was a fan favorite, whether they liked her or not, she had a problem with her. Problem with Eva. She brought Eva on the show. Problem with Cynthia. She brought Cynthia on the show. Problem with Tanya. She brought Tanya on the show. You got a problem with everybody you bring on the show. She brought Marlo on the show and had a problem with Marlo, but now they cool. So you know what I'm saying? I know you see what's going on Twitter with the white guy saying Howard University to move their campus so he can walk by with his dog. Yeah, he looked like a bear. I saw his IG page. He had his hairy butt all in every picture. In every picture. Thank you, RJS. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, y'all. Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, she doesn't count on people. I don't know if she brings people on the show to be like a lap dog, like Eva said, but I think she realizes that people, let me read these questions, y'all. Like these people are, she wants to be able to control them. Okay, let me read some of these questions. How do you feel about Nene being mean and rude to production and the cast? Do you think she would be her own demise if she keeps her attitude up? No, I think they like Nene could have been off of the show. They didn't have to ask Nene back. What Nene does bring though, like I like Nene, but her behavior right now is just like really fucked up, and it's because of all the circumstances in her life. But I think that Nene, I don't think that production should have went like the cameraman. That was not cool. She told them don't go in the thing. I don't think that. I mean, the way that she reacted, and remember they had been drinking, and she was emotional at the same time. So you drinking, you emotional. Thank you, James. What's up, James? Thank you. Yes, live stream. Come on for the first time. It's my first live stream. I'm excited. So let's see. So yeah, I think that's the reason what's going on. That what's going on with Nene. I think that's what's going on with Nene. Okay, let's see. Yeah, she ripped his shirt off of his back. She ripped the whole shirt off of his back. What else is going on, y'all? Let's see what else questions we have. She hates when she starts making friends and realize they don't need her. Yeah, I feel bad for Nene. I really feel bad for Nene. She just, her attitude, her circumstances, everything. And it's like the people who support you, you kind of, some people push those people away. Like the way that she treats Cynthia, I don't like it at all. I do not like it. It makes me feel sad for Cynthia, because when you're there for somebody and you want to be their friend and they're constantly switching up the terms of your friendship, so you really don't know where you stand with this person. Like a lot of people sitting on the couch was like, I didn't know we weren't friends. So bitch, you didn't change the terms of our friendship without telling us. Like, that's not cool, but that's a control issue. She has control issues. People who need to have control over situations change shit without anybody else being privy to the change. And it's not fair. Cynthia's too passive. Yeah, Cynthia needs to cuss her ass out. What sign is Cynthia? Pisces? What sign is Cynthia? Let's see. She needs to cuss Nene's ass out. I think Cynthia Bailey. What sign is she? Let's see. I feel like I'm on a time restraint, guys. But then I feel like, are you guys off today? Who's off today? Who's at work? We're off today. Cynthia Bailey. When's her birthday? Cynthia Bailey. February 19th. What's that? An Aquarius? She's an Aquarius. Is she Aquarius? Is that an Aquarius? Yeah, that's an Aquarius. February 19th. She's an air sign. That explains her that corniness. So what else is going on, y'all? What else? Y'all on vacation, at work, people at work today. I've been off since Michael, which has been upgraded to a 5. Oh, what? What do you mean, Michael? Like a hurricane or something? What? What do you mean? Who is Michael? What else is going on? Let's see. Not only do you have to find people that love like you, but hold their relationships to the same standards, because Cynthia and Nene aren't compatible. Yeah, when people change Hurricane Michael late. Oh, okay. I didn't know it was a hurricane. Ooh. I did not know. But yeah, not Nene, but Cynthia is saying, she's a poor excuse for an Aquarius. We will usually cuss a bitch out. Wait, what I mean, I don't mean corny. Let me say, I don't mean corny. I mean flighty. I mean, the way that she's kind of like, she's very flighty, Cynthia. You know what I mean? I don't mean corny. My son is an Aquarius. I don't mean corny. I mean flighty. Like rainbows and unicorns and running through the fields of daisies and just not giving a fuck about nothing. Like, whatever. That's an Aquarius, child. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. And you at home? Some people at home. That's cool. She is corny though, but I don't mean Aquariuses are corny. And she found her a corny ass nigga, and they're happy together. You know what I'm saying? What else is going on, y'all? We got to get off of Real Housewives. We could talk about Real Housewives all damn day. What else is going on in the news? Let's look at the trending topics. It's Good Friday. It's Good Friday. Let's see. So what do y'all think about, let's see. What do y'all think about this movie that's coming out? I don't know. I think it's a series with Ava DuVernay about the Central Park 5, When They See Us. That's going to be premiering on Netflix on the 31st of May. So that's going to be interesting to watch. We are all going to watch it. I guess that we could review that. We could talk about that too. I appreciate you guys showing up. That's so cool. Let's see. Cynthia's a typical. Let's see. She's not a Pisces. She's an Aquarius. Yeah, I can't wait to see it too. I can't wait to see that about the Central Park Five. Thank you, the Rivers. Thank you. Thank you. What else is going on, y'all? Let's see. It was something else I wanted to talk to y'all about. Oh, I put it on the community page on my channel. Did y'all see what I posted last night? Let's see. It says, let's see. All right. It says, do you ever feel like your friends that you think are extremely shady but don't let go of because you're fearful of being alone, that they dislike you because of your potential and not because you've actually done something wrong? Do you think that's self-absorbed? This is what the person asked. So what do we think about that? Thank you, Kay. What do we think? Do you have friends? I'm gonna say the question again. Do y'all ever feel like your friends that you think are extremely shady, but you don't let go of because you are fearful of being alone, dislike you because of your potential and not because you've actually done something wrong? What do you guys think? That's something to think about. I couldn't even, that applies to these YouTube ships. Yeah, I think it's like I don't know. I had to think about that. Like, are you actually no shady friends? I keep no shady friends, not friends, but definitely family members. Like, do you think that they have an issue with you, not because they don't like you, but because they see like, oh, this person is actually great, right? I don't have any shady friends. That's good. That's good. Let's see. Nas is from Bremen IT. Say that. Oh, that's a Pisces. Is that a Pisces? End of January, going into February is Aquarius. Wait a minute. February 19th. Don't get me to now look. Don't get me to questioning myself. Let me see. Zodiac. That's an Aquarius. Is it Pisces? February 19th? Is that a Pisces? That's a Pisces, huh? Let me see. Is it? The end of January. I thought Pisces started the 19th. I thought it was an Aquarius. Let me see. Don't get me to February 19th. That's a Pisces. What the hell? If you were before, it would be a Pisces. If you were after, what? If you were born before the 19th, the moment of the cusp is not related to the calendar days. As simple as saying February 18th is always Aquarius and February 19th is a Pisces. Okay. Aquarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Start that early? Yeah. It's because of the month. Because of the month of February. That's crazy. Because I'm like, no, that don't make no sense to me. Okay, whatever. Depending on what time the sun changes, the Pisces person could be. Depending on how many degrees the sun was in that sign during the time of birth really determines that. Yeah, cusps are very confusing. A lot of astrologers don't acknowledge cusp. A lot of them don't. But I mean, it just depends on where the sun was when you were born. If you were my friend, then you got to be my friend. Otherwise, I'm correcting you, then watching to see if you correct the behavior. Right. Because that's part of the thing I always say, right? Keep each other honest. Like if you can't keep your friends honest, if you're like, listen, I don't like the way that you're acting. I don't like the shadiness. I don't think, and then they get upset with you about it. They're not holding themselves accountable. If you can't keep your friends honest, it's nothing. If no one takes accountability for their inactions or missteps, or because not everybody is going to be great all the time, and a lot of people don't like to hear about the times when they're not great. None of us are great all the time, but a lot of people are not accepting of the facts of the things that are not great about them, especially when somebody brings that to their attention. Like the way that you're acting towards me, I don't like it. Some people don't want to be told that something about them isn't good. Everybody has an ideal self, and then everybody has their real self. And so what are you going to do? I hate nice, nasty is passive aggressive. Yeah, I don't like it either. It's also passive aggressive to tell somebody you don't have a problem with them, but treat them as though you have a problem with them. That's also passive aggressive. That shit ain't cute. And that's what your girl Nene does all the time. Let's see. My mom always told me it's hard to know who's really your friend until y'all have the first disagreement. And it really does say a lot to how they respond to you. That's very true. That's very true. What else, y'all? Let me move this over because I want to start. I thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys all for showing up. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't hit the thumbs up. Let's see. Depending on what time the sun changed into Pisces, a person could have been in Aquarius. The birth time is important. Yeah, the birth time is important. You have to remove toxic people from your life. They will drain you. Yeah, they'll drain your energy. And sometimes people don't even realize they're draining your energy. You got people that will come into your energy field and they don't even realize that their energy is just like siphoning. They just siphon off of you. They don't even realize it. It's just who they are. And sometimes you got to bring that. Some people don't even realize they're, what do you call them? Energy vampires. I'm a Virgo, kind of a loner. I am too. I'm a Virgo. I'm kind of a loner, introvert. People think that I'm an extrovert because of my mouth, but I'm very, to myself, very private. I don't want anybody in my business, all of that. Virgo here. Yes, we got a lot of Virgos. Shout out to the Virgos. Yes. Yeah, hit the like button, y'all. But what else? What else is going on? Yeah, the energy vampires. I feel like a lot of people don't understand. They don't get it. Sometimes they unconsciously suck your energy. You ever around somebody and when they leave, you're like, fuck, I feel tired. Like, what the hell? You know, like what happened? And they don't even realize it, but you got to tell them. It happened to me before. I had a friend, I don't want to call her a friend anymore, but I knew a girl who was going through kind of like, I think she felt like she wanted to die by suicide. She wanted to commit suicide. And she called me early in the morning. And I felt a dark energy come over the phone. And I was just like, okay. So immediately I just started under my breath, like protecting myself. And I talked to her. I went into like really crisis management mode in terms of, because I have been trained to talk to people who want to feel like they want to commit suicide. So that's the mode I went into as her friend. So I'm talking to her and asking her questions. Does she have a plan? You know, all the questions that somebody would ask you if you called them telling them you wanted to die by suicide. And I went into all those things, but I felt bad because I didn't believe that she really wanted to. I felt like she was trying to get attention from me or trying to actually siphon off of my energy. I got off the phone with her and I felt like this is weird. And then I called my friend Charles, the one that we're going to do the astrology series together. I called him and I was like, have you talked to her? Because he knows her too. And he was like, no, she texted me like she was reaching out to him. But he said he didn't feel like it was authentic. It was really strange. And then she got off the phone, and then I haven't heard from her since. I know she's okay. And it made me mad because I felt like she called me to siphon off of me and then like to take me, because what you got to understand when you call people, and this is what Nate and I do with each other when we call each other and we having a problem. We said, Diva, are you okay? Is everything okay? We find out how each other are, right? And then say, can I talk to you? Because a lot of people just hop on the phone and be like, oh, I got all these problems and blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna tell you all these issues. But then you're like, they just dump all their shit on you. And then when they leave you, they dump all their shit. They get off the phone. And now you're sitting there like drained. You know what I mean? So it's like, she did that. She got off the phone. I haven't heard from her. And then I asked him, I felt bad for feeling that she was using me. You don't understand what I'm saying? I felt bad about it. And then he was like, well, I haven't heard from her since. And I really sat down. I think I said, she was really trying to transfer energy and trying to take mine and transfer her darkness. Because after a while, I was like, she didn't want to kill herself. She was really using me. And I felt bad for not believing her. But then it turns out Wasn't nothing really wrong with her. Some people just do that. Some people just see something about you, they like it, they sit next to you, they befriend you, they come into your life, and all they're doing is just siphoning energy. If you are ever in a situation where you're talking to somebody and when you leave them, you feel like your energy is just like drained, they really just used you for your energy in that moment. That's why I be telling y'all to protect your energy. And even if you are around people that you can't get away from them because they might be family members, they might be somebody at work, you just have to ask for protection around you so that the person cannot siphon off of your energy, and you limit your time with that you spend with that person. And that's how, like, that's the best way to do it. As soon as you feel weird, because you feel it, if you listen to yourself, you will feel it, and you'll be like, this ain't right. This ain't right. So you start either whatever you do, praying, asking for protection, or whatever you do, then that's what you got to do. Because sometimes people will consciously siphon off of your energy. Sometimes they do it unconsciously and they don't even realize it. So, but yeah, so that happened to me. It's just asking for protection. What else? What else is going on? I always say I don't answer her calls until I'm good in a good mental place, because she literally goes into all she's dealing with as soon as you pick up the phone. Thank you, JJ. Thank you. Yeah, because some people don't realize it. You ever have a friend you call as soon as you pick up the phone, they're just like, boom, they drop everything. You're like, God damn, are you gonna ask me how I'm doing? So Nate and I, we do that. We make sure he'll be like, Diva, you okay? Are you in a good place? I need to talk. And you always got to check in with your friend. I think it's only considerate to do that, because he doesn't know. I go through shit. We all go through shit. And we all need somebody to talk to. But we don't want to dump our shit onto people without actually understanding, are you in a good space to receive this? If you're not, it's not a good time for me. Okay, we can talk about it later. No problem. I think it's the only considerate thing to do that. Nate and I, we do that a lot. He'll call me and be like, Diva, I gotta talk to you. Is everything okay on your side? Yes, everything is okay. Okay, here we go. Boom, and then we work it out. I give him advice, or he gives me advice, whatever it is. But I think it's only considerate to ask somebody first before you dump all your shit on them. What's going on? I'd rather ask you if you're mentally okay with what I want to say, because I'm highly sensitive and I can tell anyway. Exactly. You already know when the person gets on the phone, what's about you. The energy is already, you can already tell. If you aren't in the convo, or if you aren't, it won't be productive, right? Because you want the person to be present, to actually receive what you're saying and to listen and process what you're saying, and then actually offer you advice. Do you use Florida water or sage? I use Florida water. I have sage, but I don't buy sage anymore because a lot of people are, thank you, Monica. A lot of people are buying sage in these little witch kits that they're making, because it's a trend to be a witch now. So they make a lot of these little witch kits, and they've been putting sage in these witch kits, and now it's depleting our production of sage. So I don't use sage anymore. I'm using what I have left, but I don't use sage anymore. Eucalyptus, I use mostly eucalyptus is what I use. And then also basil, I use that as well too. Just wrap it up, buy the leaves, wrap them up, wrap them in any kind of thread or whatever. Yes, we live, Marion, we live. Just wrap them up in thread and just sit them out and let them dry, hang them upside down and let them dry, and then you can burn it and you're good. I have a friend that's complacent and angry that her situation is not changing. Her situation is not changing because she doesn't want it to change. So when people want things to change, they will actively take steps. I always say I have a sticky note on my dresser that says nothing is happening in your life that you are not actively participating in. If you don't participate, it won't be happening. So that's just what it is. She got mad at me because I told her to choose her shit pie. Like, if you're gonna be unhappy regardless, choose one, right? And this will cause at least pain. Like, if you're gonna just be present in that. And nobody's saying that you can't be unhappy, because I shy away from people who always act like they're happy about everything, because that's an imbalance. Anything that's too much of anything, that's imbalance. So you too happy all the time, and get away from me, because I be mad sometimes. And then I'd be happy sometimes. But if you want to, oh, I'm always so positive and it's all positive all the time, that shit is fake. Get that shit out of here. We don't want to hear it. It's nobody is happy 100% of the time. And then that's just true. But if you're going to be unhappy in your shit, acknowledge your feelings, and then do whatever you need to do to get yourself out of that shit. Let's see. Yeah, I barely use sage now, really, because of the smoke. I make a cleansing spray. Yeah. Also, what I do too, I'll put water in a spray bottle and put some essential oils and then just spray. And then I also have, let me see. Oh, I don't have it with me right in walking distance. It's over there on my nightstand. But I have spray of, say, a sage spray and a Palo Santo spray as well. And I use those, and you can get those on Amazon. Yeah, I don't use sage anymore because all of these little trendy, like I said, witch kits and stuff like that, they're taking sage and putting them in those witch kits, and it's really depleting our resources. So we want to save sage, and we don't want to buy sage. We want to buy other things. There's all other kind of herbs that you can burn, and their healing properties, and you can go on Amazon and find them. They're all out there. Palo Santo is another one. One thing about sage, though, sage takes out negative and positive energy. So Palo Santo brings in the positive energy. So just be mindful of that, because sage takes out everything. So you want to keep positive energy around. Palo Santo is good for that too. Let's see. I think I heard Nipsey burn sage in the AM in the morning. Yes, he did. That's what they said at his funeral. Every morning he would get up, put on music, and burn sage so that he can get his family ready to take on the day. And I think that's dope. I think that is really dope to do. Get the music going, change the energy, change the frequency in the room. So I think that's dope. My father died, and this friend continued to only talk about herself. I stopped the conversation and asked her if she heard me when I said my father died. Yeah, some people you could tell in a conversation when somebody is really not about listening to you or being present listening to you, because they kind of gloss over like really important things. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you just heard, I just told you my father died. Like, what's wrong with you? Condolences to you, RJ, for your dad. But yeah, that some people don't realize that they're doing it, and you have to be told, like, dude, do you realize that I just told you my dad died and you're just not listening to me? So my spiritual people told me sage alters energy, but it doesn't cleanse. She gave me a recipe for a room cleansing spray and told me to follow up with sage or something else. Yeah, because sage will cleanse it, will get everything. It cleanses everything. So you got to be mindful of that. Yeah, everyone wants to be heard. Everybody wants to be acknowledged. I agree with that. What essential oils do you use for negative energy? Oh, you guys keep in mind, like anything that you use, it's intentions that come behind that. Your intentions behind it. You can use an oil for negative shit if you want to. It's what your intentions are behind it. So that you want to make sure of that. It's what your intentions you put into. I want this oil to be positive for me. Like this morning, I put on lavender and lemon. I just wanted that. I'm a big aromatherapy thing. Thank you, Moshu. Thank you so much. Yeah, just you have to be mindful of that. I keep encountering the same type of women in my professional life. I bring my best to every situation. For some reason, there's always a female that brings negativity to me. Everybody has their things that they're going through, right? We all have our situations. So it's just being mindful of the energy and listening to yourself. I feel like if you feel something, as soon as somebody steps into your realm and you feel like, listen to that. Like, listen to that. And you don't have to be like, okay, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to deal with the negativity. You know, those people that just like cut you all the way off. You want to say, you know what? You try to figure out a way to back out of the conversation. Like, okay, all right. I hope you feel better. All right, I gotta go, girl. You know what I'm saying? Just back out of that, because I don't like the people either that be like, you know, I don't like no negative energy around me. Get away from me with that. You know, you do have friends that are going through things in their lives that is negative. And so they need somebody to talk to. And if you're one of those people like, I don't want to hear anything negative, it's just like, girl, can you listen to me for a second? You know, like somebody just said, people want to be heard. A lot of people feel like no one's listening to them. And I think that's what happens a lot with like social media and people coming together. Like, people just want to be acknowledged. They want to know that their thoughts are being acknowledged and heard, and that people are listening to them. That's why people do things for likes and stuff like that, because they want to feel a connection to people and understand that people, you know, are listening to them or agree with them or whatever. Let's see. Yeah, lemongrass, lavender, patchouli are what works for me. I love patchouli. I love lemongrass. Any essential oil, and whatever you like and what makes you feel good, and it responds to your frequency, then go ahead and whatever the fragrance is, it's up to you. It's up to you. Last night, I remember I told y'all yesterday, I keep getting bit up by these mosquitoes. So I put rosemary, because mosquitoes don't like rosemary. So I take rosemary and I put it all over. But the night that they got me, I didn't put rosemary on. Motherfuckers ate me up. I'm got mosquito bites all right here. This is the good part. They're all here. I hate it. Let's see. Do I use I use oil diffusers too. I have one one up here and then one in the living room. And you just mix whatever fragrances you like. I like to put frankincense and orange. That's kind of like an uplifting kind of vibration for me in terms of that. Let's see. I'm about to have a serenity room. I just want peaceful energy in there. Yeah, you have to make a space. And even if you don't have like an extra room to do that, because then everybody doesn't have extra room to make a serenity room. Shout out to the serenity rooms. But if you don't, you just have a space that's dedicated to, you know, where you can sit down and you can just be to yourself and get that peaceful energy to come over you. That's dope. Shout out to the serenity rooms. What else? They don't like olive oil and it's cheap. Oh, they don't? Oh, well, honey, I'm about to be a olive oil. You need to start meditating. Do you guys meditate? Who else meditates? Anybody meditates? Even if Jamaica, even if you just do it for 5 minutes a day, start off 5 minutes, silence. Start off at 5 minutes. Lemongrass and lavender smell really, really good. That smells good. What else is going on, y'all? Y'all start asking me questions, stuff I like to talk about. Let's see what else. I need to put my glasses on. Can't see a damn thing. What else is going on? What do you guys have planned for the weekend? Anything special? Y'all celebrate Easter? Easter. Let's see. Oh, somebody posted this question. This kind of goes back to like the Jennifer Hudson thing. Side note, once you keep talking about Facebook vibrations, I never realized that I would get on casually and feel my vibration shift until you pointed it out. I'm glad I got rid of it. Oh yeah, I kept saying, I thought it was just me. Every time I would go on Facebook, I felt like the frequencies that's being emitted off of your screen from Facebook is low. I believe that it emits low vibrational energies in order to be able to manipulate your emotions. I do not go on Facebook. Facebook is not on my phone. It's not anywhere. I just do not like Facebook. And I kept telling Charles, I don't know what it is. Every time I get on this motherfucker, I get pissed. Like, I get mad. Like, what are you just logged on? What are you mad about? And I'm like, I just don't like the frequencies. I feel like it feels like it's fucking with my spirit, like for real. And he was like, well, maybe you just need to get off. And even if I was on there, like in a group or something, and not even on like the outside or the public page or whatever, I would still feel like something wasn't right. It just didn't sit right with me. I canceled that shit. Fuck Facebook. Everything about Facebook. It's not even a safe environment for anybody. I feel like it is just a platform for corporations to use all of us as testing, right? I want to test a product. I want to see how this product works. Let's use this as a testing environment. More corporations are on there now than a personal environment. And I also feel like Facebook is an echo chamber for people. You have your own group of people. Everybody in that group of people is nodding and agreeing with everything that you say, because as soon as you go against what that person is saying, then there's a problem. So it creates an echo chamber of your ideas and what how you feel about different things going on in the world. So you only have people around you who are agreeing with you and not challenging your ideas. And that's not a productive environment to be in, to be around people who are always agreeing with you. That doesn't build you, right? It doesn't make you stronger. It doesn't sharpen your tools. It doesn't help you become a better person. And if you're always around people who are just like, I agree, that shit is whack. So I think there's a lot of different things in terms of Facebook. I don't even use Facebook Messenger anymore. When I switched my phone over, I didn't even install Facebook Messenger. I don't want to do nothing with Facebook. And then they're just, in terms of privacy laws, and yes, it's groupthink, definitely groupthink. It's groupthink. And they do that on Twitter too, where they like do blockchains to where, like, if you follow one person, if you follow, like, say, for instance, if you follow 45, a blockchain on Twitter will say, if you follow 45, everybody that follows him, I want to block everybody that follows him. Well, that's not cool, because I follow Candace Owens. I don't agree with shit she says, but I want to see how she thinks. Like, how the hell are you going to be able to understand your opponent if you don't watch them? Right? How do you understand what you have coming against you if you're not watching that person? That's ineffective. So I think that creates an echo chamber too, when you're blocking everybody who follows somebody that you don't like. Like, if I follow Candace Owens and you don't like Candace Owens, so you want to block everybody that follows Candace Owens, but not everybody following Candace Owens agrees with her, right? Not everybody following 45 agrees with him. You should be able to follow somebody who you don't agree with, who your ideas don't match theirs, and actually watch how they think and understand. I believe that builds tolerance for people. You can understand their point of view, or you could just see where they're coming from. I think that is more productive than just being around people who agree with you all the time. And Facebook promotes that kind of environment. It's an echo chamber. It gives you too many characters to say a bunch of dumb shit. Like, it's unlimited characters. It used to be 256 characters you can type, like, a post on Facebook. Now it's unlimited. So it just gives you a free range to say a bunch of stupid ass shit. So that's not my thing. Facebook is not my thing. Somebody said, Facebook is full of negative energy. You're right. It's primarily used to market products, services, and separatism. That's what it is. I feel you're a test. What do you call them? Ohio is like a big place. Cleveland, Ohio is like where they do a lot of testing. They take things, they market things, test it out, see how it works. Ohio, they do that a lot in Ohio. Ohio is a big testing place. Well, it used to be back in the day. I don't know if they do it now with social media. They don't really need to go and test. Like, McDonald's would come out with like some kind of new product, and they take it to Ohio and test it out there, and then decide on whether it will work everywhere else. I don't know. I appreciate that you accept respectful differences. Yeah, as long as you're respectful. I don't want you to agree. I don't want to be around motherfuckers who agree with me all day. That's not I just don't. I don't feel like it challenges you. You need to be challenged. We need to, like, we always are hollering, we're not a monolith, but then we get mad when somebody doesn't agree with the group, what the group is thinking, right? Like, we have to have different of opinion. I'm sure a lot of people thought that I would think that what Jennifer Hudson was doing was right? A lot of people assume women are going to be like, oh, Jennifer Hudson, she don't want to pay child support. She doesn't have to pay child support because you niggas don't pay child support. You know what I mean? No, we got to think a little bit deeper about things. I feel like Facebook is a real shallow place. I just don't like Facebook. Thank you very much, Sharice. Thank you. Let's see what else we have. It's productive to talk to people you don't agree with for growth and a different perspective. Right. Like, her and I don't agree on things, but we're very respectful with each other. We're cool with each other. We don't agree on everything. We agree. I don't even think we've gotten to a point where we agree to disagree, where it gets to that point. We just understand, like, oh, we just have a different perspective about this. And I am not in the business of trying to convince her, and she's not in the business of trying to convince me, right? We just have a different. Thank you, it's Fila. I got it from Kohl's. Thank you. It's a track jacket. Yeah. But yeah, if you just have a different opinion from somebody, I think that's good. It does promote growth. I don't like it because I'm a woman. I have to agree with feminism. I find that those feminist talking points are problematic in the long run. I do too. A lot of them are, and a lot of people believe, and unfortunately, a lot of men believe that, Fila, a lot of men believe if you agree with anything, it's some type of feminism thing. And it's like, no, it does not have to do with feminism. And it becomes like there, like we talk about toxic masculinity, there's toxic femininity too. Like it's too, a lot of them feminists, they do the most. And you're like, girl, shut the fuck up. Shut up. It's too much. It's too much. Let's see. What's the logo on the jacket? I'm from Cleveland. Yeah. Trista or do they still use Cleveland as a testing market? Because I remember back in the day, I know a few people from Ohio, and they would tell me that they use any kind of like new chip flavor, they would send it to Ohio and test it out. But I feel like Facebook is that. It's just like a testing market. I feel it manipulates your emotions. You might not be angry about a situation, and now they like keep talking about it, and now all of a sudden you find yourself angry about the situation that you previously didn't even have an opinion on. So what else? Let's see. That's something I need to work on. Trying not to convince someone who doesn't agree with me because the Jussie situation pissed me off on Twitter. Thank you. Yeah, Harold. That's the thing. Like I used to be like that too, trying to talk somebody into agreeing with me, trying to get them to see my point of view. All you got to do is state your point of view and be done with it, right? I'm not in the business of trying to convince you to agree with me. I used to be like that, and it would drive me crazy. I would get a headache. I would get frustrated with the person, get mad at the person because they don't agree. This is and when people, this is your opinion, it's your opinion, it's your opinion. Yeah, it's your opinion, but I want to hear what your opinion is. I want to hear the different perspective, but I'm not trying to convince you of my perspective because we're not going to get anywhere. I can tell you what my perspective is. If you want to go back and think about it and then come back and be like, hey, although I don't agree with you, I do see where you're coming from. And that kind of will help you out a little bit better. Because I used to be the same exact fucking way, trying to convince somebody to agree with what the fuck I got to say. Let's see. Thank you. Let's see. Say your point and let me figure out how I feel about it. That's why I say, oh, okay, or don't further engage. Sometimes I don't even say how I feel. Fuck it. Right. Because sometimes you're like, fuck, I don't even have to say how I feel. You're not going to agree anyway. So, but I think it's important to talk to people who don't agree with you. I think it's important to follow people online that you don't necessarily agree with, because then you could see other opinions and then it will help you think about, like, I think a lot of the times we get into situations because we are so committed to the ideas that we have been taught and the truths that we've been taught that we are just like, that's it. And this is where I hold my position. And that's it. You know, there are some things that are just hard lines and some things you'd be like, you know what? I kind of see where you're coming from. Them niggas had me so mad about Jussie. I had to leave social media that day. Yeah, a lot of people, you know, that whole situation with Jussie, a lot of people kind of showed themselves. And that's why you got to follow people too. Like, you don't necessarily agree with, you got to sit back when those situations like that and watch how people respond to that. Because I find it funny when it's against a certain group of people, niggas become law-abiding citizens all of a sudden. But at the same time, they don't believe nothing this guy says based on who he is and his and him being gay. And then they're just like, I don't believe you must have been out trying to get some dick and all this other stuff. You just got to sit back and watch people, right? And just like, okay, I see you. Yeah, let's see. Sometimes people don't agree with can also crack you up. Roseanne is hilarious, and I don't agree with her. I watch a lot of people that I don't agree with. I watch Joe Rogan, and I don't agree with his ass all the time. I don't agree, but I appreciate that he has people on his show that have differing opinions. I appreciate the people who come on his show that I don't necessarily agree. I'll watch what's his name, Shapiro on his show. I don't agree. He is really like I don't know if you want to call him a white nationalist, but he's like very pro white man, and I still listen to him. You just got to listen to how your potential opposition thinks, so you can see where they're coming from, right? What else? They're more mad at Jussie than they were about Bill Cosby, right? Child. They do. They become law-abiding citizens, honey. When it's against a woman or a gay man, baby, people, now the cop has to be telling the truth. You telling me Chicago PD, the people who had the torture chamber, you believe them? Oh, okay. You want him to turn his phone over to who? Oh, okay. No, we're not doing that. We're not turning the phone over to no person in a law enforcement agency. Are you crazy? Child boo. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. Yeah, they were protesting and want to sue Jussie. They're mad because the state threw the case out. And that's what they're just going to do. They just want to do. Okay, let's see. What else is going on? People don't let Robert the Predator, honey. And he got negative $13 in his bank account. R. Kelly, it looks like the thing is moving slow, huh? What was that about? Was it focusing? I'm trying to take the glasses off because I don't want you to look at the I don't want you to see the reflection. Yes, I'm not in the car today, Jarvis. I'm in my house. Remember I said every now and again. Every now and again. What else is going on, y'all? Nothing else? I think we talked enough. It's been an hour and 11 minutes. I think it's been an hour and it's time to go. Let's see. They need to sue Chicago PD. Yes. And yeah, right. And Rahm Emanuel, come on. This is the whitewash of justice. Man, you didn't tell anybody about the evidence that you had on Laquan McDonald until after you were elected. Nigga, we know what the fuck is going on out here. Come on. Come on. What else y'all want to talk about? Let's see. Let me see what's going on. R. Kelly got $13 in his bank account. Oh, here's another question. The question from the inbox. A lot of people have been posting this. Keith and Tamika are recently married, okay? Let's go with the facts. They're married. Tamika is a neurosurgeon. Have y'all seen this going around? She earns $400,000 a year. Keith, her husband, is a manager at Finish Line. Why would they say Finish Line? And earns $44,000 a year. What do you think about this? What do we think about this? Keith and Tamika are recently married. She earns $400,000 a year as a neurosurgeon, and he earns $44,000 a year as a neurosurgeon. What do you guys think about that? What do you think? Listen to everyone, because a lot of times there's a message for you or something to spark a different perspective. And that's one of the things that leads to the best growth a lot of the times. Very, very true. That's why you got to listen to people. Listen to what they're saying, even the ones that you don't like, even the people that you don't agree with. Listen, because you're going to listen like, a lot of y'all don't agree with me all the time. A lot of y'all don't agree with me all the time, but some people have told me, oh, Erica, because the way that you said it or the way that you expressed it or your point of view, that I saw a different perspective. I don't necessarily agree with you, but I can see where you're coming from. So what are we doing? A woman makes $400,000 a year. He makes $44,000 a year. What I said, she should have a prenup. I think she should have a prenup. But I said, remove westernized gender roles and societal ideas of patriarchy and combine your money and build your business. That is referred to as a marriage, and live your best life. That's it. But I also said that the way society has set men up and their egos up, that ain't going to work. It's not. It's not. They're not. Men just don't. There's just not some men, asterisks on men. Some men can't handle it. Some men cannot handle it. A woman making more money than them. Some men are okay with it. A lot of men were like, I'll be a house husband. I'll do this. It's not. It's just the way that the ego is set up in men in our society. I don't think I have been in a situation where I didn't put a man's name on my house, right? I didn't put his name on my house. My house. My house. And he would not fix anything in the house because his name wasn't on the house. Not even a washer on the faucet. Wouldn't fix nothing. Anything that broke in my house, I had to call somebody. I had a full grown-ass man in the home, but every time I asked him to fix something, it would be, I'm not on my name ain't on the house, so I'm not fixing nothing. The way that the ego is set up, the way that our society has set men up and their egos, a lot of men are not going to be okay with a woman making $400,000, not $100,000, but $400,000, and your ass are making under $50,000. No, that's not going. Yeah, it is messed up. That's some people are just fucked up. Most men don't care for what they don't work for. That's true. Child, I'm trying to get my life together. Okay, y'all talking to each other. It's hard to be a successful Black woman and get a successful Black man because they go to poor white women. Bitch, honey, they pick them melted snowman carrot slaw with raisin bitches, baby. What? Oh my God. Woo, I was not ready for that. Y'all in these comments. Okay, let's see. I don't care if you live here, you're gonna contribute, bitch. I know that's right. Let's be honest. How many Black men are also neurosurgeons making that month? If she would have married a white man because of the equal earnings, she would have been all kinds of bed wenches. Very true. It's funny because what I've noticed is that Black men do not like when Black women date outside of their race, but Black men see value in white women in terms of their proximity to whiteness and their desire to be close to that. They tend to see more value in her. So they'll go to her when they are very successful because it's like a trophy. It's like a prize. And they don't see value in Black women as a trophy or a prize to say, hey, I'm a successful man in this field. I equate success. So I need my counterpart to be successful too. And so she can be, honey, the broke down and not as successful as him, but it's just her. They see value with that. And that's some. We're going to put some on that because I don't want y'all telling me that all men are not. I know all men are not like that. I know the majority of Black men, 85% of Black men are married to Black women, right? But 95% of Black women are married to Black men. So where's the 15%? Shit, what y'all doing? Let's see. Shoot, my husband built up a business on my name, so I'll be getting a payout back for the past 19 years. I know that's right. Let's see. Yeah, Nick Cannon. He's one that sees I'm successful. I see myself as a successful Black man. I see value in a white woman because that what has been presented to me, and I've been conditioned that way to see value in her more than my own women. When I'm struggling, I'll be with the Black woman. But when I get on, he'll leave your ass for a white girl. Kanye already told y'all that. My husband's a stay-at-home dad because I said I don't want the baby in daycare, and I'm not about to stay at home. I'm always told to be careful and make sure I make him feel like a man. Yeah, the male ego is very, very fragile. Masculinity is very, very fragile. The same guy who wouldn't fix the shit in my house, he would constantly say, you're not going to take my balls. You're trying to take my balls. You know, it was just like, he was really trying to hold on to his masculinity, and his masculinity, his balls are representative of his masculinity. People, when a man tells you you're not going to take my balls, he's not very secure in himself. If he thinks that everything that you do is a way to try to emasculate him or take his balls, his masculinity is fragile. So you got it. And for anybody to say, a lot of women do a lot of things. Women fake orgasms to protect a man's ego, right? So it's a lot of things that women do to protect a man's ego. If you're making $400,000 a year and he's only making 44, and somebody's telling you, oh, you got to make him feel like a man. What the fuck do I got to do to make a motherfucker feel like a man? What do I have to do? What has to be done to make a man feel like a man, to make a man feel like I'm not emasculating him because I make $400,000 a year and he makes less than $50,000 a year, right? I think that is the way colorism manifests in Black men by coveting white women, but they're unavailable until they reach a certain level. Listen, that reminded me, yesterday, I watched The Breakfast Club with what's her name? She's a lawyer. Let me find it, because she said it. Ebony Williams. She used to be a correspondent on Fox News. She had a shirt on that said, I'm Black mixed with Black." And when she explained to Charlemagne what she meant by that, y'all go watch that video, because she said, I really want to, I want you to hear what she said. I'm gonna play it for y'all. Because she said, and I thought it was very, it was like, that's it. That's what it is. The way that when a Black man says, "Oh, what do you mix with?" They have this thing like, here.
I'm Black mixed with Black. It does, because I'm tired of that stupid ass question. What do you mix with? You know? People ask you that? Oh my gosh, people ask me that. We from the South. You know, people ask me that all the time. And by the way, love all my biracial brothers and sisters. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But I always feel like it's this subtext when I get the question, right? Mm-hmm. It's this subtext, especially when men ask it. What do you mix with? And they have this look of hope and optimism. And then no, seriously, right? And then I'm like, my parents are Black. They be like, oh. And it's like, or they don't believe it. They'll be like, no, that ain't true. It's not feminine. You found me beautiful. You found me all these. That ain't true. And it's like, damn, I know who the hell my parents are and my grandparents. And what you're kind of trying to tell me underneath that disappointment is you found me attractive. You found me feminine. You found me beautiful. You found me all these wonderful things. And you don't associate those things with Black women. And so therefore you were trying to come up with some plausible explanation, right? Outside of the context of normalcy, where I can be those things and it coexists with your definition of Blackness. Well, when people ask you, what are you? They'll be like,
did you hear what she said? You find me feminine and beautiful, and you don't equate that with a Black woman who is just Black. She has to be mixed with something in order for you to find her this attractive. What's so attractive about you? I said, baby, she said it. Ebony said it. She broke it the fuck down. You don't see me as feminine. You don't see me as beautiful. You do, but you don't think that you can be full Black in order to see that. She said that, baby. I was like, okay, Ebony, that's a really good interview. Go watch that interview. Let's see. I'm scrolling up and reading some. Why is it our responsibility to validate their manhood? Child, I don't know. I can't even answer that. I never understood how making more money emasculates a man, because the society, hey Monique, the society that we live in has created that. Like, the man is supposed to be the provider. The man is supposed to be the protector. That's the gender roles that we're talking about. When you remove gender roles, I think things run a little bit more smoothly. Everybody should be a provider. Everybody should protect. Everybody should be nurturing. Everybody should be there. You know what I mean? When we start adopting and then subscribing to gender roles, that's when a man feels like, oh, because she makes $400,000 a year, whatever she asks, even if she asks me to do something that's remotely feminine, you trying to take my balls. Can't nobody take your balls. Can't nobody take them. Can't nobody take it. But because of our history as well, in terms of slavery, they really did a lot to Black men, to emasculate them, to bring them down in ways, like they really castrated Black men during slavery. Like, there's a lot of things that they did, and that because of everything that we've gone through as a people, all that Black men really had was their masculinity, to be fair. You know what I mean? So that's something that they have to hold on to so much so that they'll kill for it. And it's really sad. It's really sad, but that's something that we got to work on as a community and unlearning. I shouldn't be responsible for making you feel like a man, and you shouldn't be responsible for making me feel like a woman, or whatever, however I identify. You understand what I'm saying? I think that's important. The white women are never as successful. They are the bottom of the barrel, and the men in their own communities don't want them. Then they try to redeem themselves by bringing wealth into the community. It's kind of, it's kind of weird. It says I disagree with her on the southern light skin spectrum though. Down south where I'm from, Gulf Coast, she would not be considered light skin at all. But I'm from the Creole part of the South. Oh, yeah, right. Stop looking at things in the eyes of the master. They don't just want to hear that narrative in their head. They hear it from their friends, their family, complete strangers, that they need to point out that they're not playing the role. I feel like it's important to say, if you want to be the leader of the community, if you want to lead the community, your masculinity can't be fragile. It just can't. It can't be so fragile that any time a woman is uplifted or somebody gay is uplifted, that you feel like, oh my God, my masculinity is being taken away from me. No, ain't nobody got time for that. You can't lead when you so fragile. You just can't do it. That's why I always say that women should be leaders, because we just are just like, whatever, you're not going to tell me that I'm not a woman. And I'm going to feel like, ooh, you're trying to take my womanhood away from me. That doesn't even, no woman, I don't think any woman talks like that. I don't even think they talk like that. Thank you, Tisha. Let's see. I also find it fucked up how white women who have wealth are told to marry wealth, but black wealthy. I think we're the only people, we've talked about that. I think we're the only people who promote interracial relationships. We're the only ones. We see no other community does that. No other group of people say marry outside of your race. Everybody says you can do all that fuck shit, but when it's time to get married, you don't bring that back here. Just don't do that. And Eric can keep it live so I can watch. Oh, I will. I'll keep it up. If you got to go, we'll see you later. Let's see. Do you feel like black men senility is tied to their dicks and why they cheat so much? No, I just think I think men and women. I think that men and women in terms of cheating, I don't think one cheats more than the other. I just think that women are a little bit more calculated and men are a little bit more lax when they cheat, because my theory is men are lax when they cheat because they know that when they get caught, the woman is going to be blamed for it. Right? Because that's the society we live in. The woman knows better, right? The man, his dick is wayward and he doesn't know how to control it. So he's excused from cheating. The woman should know better, right? So men cheat like whatever. Look at Wendy Williams' husband. Wendy Williams' husband, look at Jackie, Dr. Jackie. Her husband had his bitch walking onto a cruise or whatever. They don't care because they know at the end of the day, one, she's going to take me back. She's going to forgive me. And two, they're going to blame the woman. And that's what it is. They know that women move a little bit differently when they cheat. We're a little bit more calculated, and it's not always an emotional cheating. It's sometimes physical. This idea that women are more emotional than men. We are humans, and men and women are emotional, right? It unfortunately, men show their emotions, and in our society, men have been conditioned to show their emotions in anger, right? Not allowed to cry, holding the things in. They have a relationship, more of a relationship with the emotion of anger than any other emotion. And when they cheat frivolously and out in the open because they know nobody's going to blame them. They know that they'll not be held accountable for cheating. They'll know they'll be excused for cheating. Something must be wrong with Wendy as to why he cheated. Not just him being raggedy, right? Something must have been wrong. Wendy must have not been doing something, right? It's a woman's fault some way. But when a woman cheats, she's more like I believe, y'all, I don't know if I've said it online. I believe that Beyonce has a side nigga. I do. I believe that Jay-Z, you was caught with your cheating on whoever, doing with whomever, but I believe that Beyonce has had a side nigga, probably still has a side nigga the whole time. I believe that she was with one of the twins. I do, but she just moved a little different, right? We don't because we know if we get caught, we're gonna get blamed. We're gonna have to wear the scarlet letter. The men get excused. So this idea that men cheat more than women, that's a lie. That's a fallacy from the fifth corner of hell, in my opinion. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Let's see. Since you can be a honey boo boo with 14, honey, a melted snowman, honey. A melted snowman making mayo sandwiches, baby. She's better than you. They will go great. They will run over you to get to Trudy with her mayonnaise sandwiches, baby. Honey, please. Yes, anger is an emotion too. I think men are far more emotional than women. I do. Every time, if a man, see, it's fragility and emotions. So it's like I have to do everything to uphold and to take and hold my masculinity. I have to do everything to do that. And when that doesn't happen, the emotion that I express because that is anger. And sometimes anger so much that to kill a woman for not giving you her phone number, that's emotional. That is emotional, and that's emotions that are not balanced. And then that's also you being rejected. It's a hit to the ego. You understand what I'm saying? What else? What else are we talking about? She can be honey boo boo with 4 teeth in her mouth, and he will treat her like fine china, baby. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied, because the narrative painted for Black women, we are strong and looked at as we can take tribulation and damage. Yeah, like I believe that, Minka. I do believe that we don't need protection and less feminine than other races. And to that point, let's see. I wrote this in my book yesterday. I'm just doing like emotional healing. So I was just writing, doing the work, conditional love, not feeling safe as a woman, not feeling protected, because this strong Black woman trope is like, okay, I can put her through all the bullshit. I can put her through all the suffering. She's a strong Black woman. She can endure it. That's not true. That strong Black woman trope, we got to get away from that, because that just doesn't do us any service. It doesn't do us no. Men feel like they don't have to protect Black women because you'll deal with it. I saw my mom do it. I saw my mom be a single mom. She did it. This bitch, she can do it too. That bitch can do it too. Y'all strong Black women. Y'all can take all the pain that we give you. Y'all can take all the shit that we give you, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. We can take the suffering. Just like Nick Cannon said, you're with a woman, and then through the suffering and through the pain and through the potential, and then when you get on, you put her to the side and you push her down, and then you go get something else that doesn't look nothing like you. That's not cool. That's not cool. What else are we talking about? But yeah, I think that's what it is. A lot of this strong Black woman trope that we continue to, because a lot of people don't want to feel like what things are happening to them is affecting them. So I'm a strong Black woman. Well, no, you're not. You you have feelings. You feel. It's not okay for us to endure the pain of everybody and then say, I'm a strong Black woman, and then wonder why nobody is out here protecting you. Because you're strong, right? You're able to do it. I saw your mama do it. You saw your mom do it. So you're able to do it. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up, y'all. Yes, they do. Asian Filipinos and are told marry white or whitewashed versions of their cultures. Black people outcasted the nerdy and emotional loud Black guy who's flashy. Yeah. I just think that we're the only group of people we're the only group that say marry outside your race. We're the only people who promote that, and it doesn't do us as a community. It doesn't sustain the community at all to have men who want to lead the community not married to women who look like their counterparts, who are also trying to build and sustain the community. Unfortunately, we go through things or have things within our community where people outside of our race don't quite understand. And so when you're married, I've always thought, when I would see as a young girl, like a teenager, I would see men and women Black men and women with people outside of their race. And I would think, when they come home at night having to deal and have had to deal with racism or somebody calling them a nigger or something like that, and you go to your partner who is not Black and you try to explain how you feel, there's going to be a disconnect there. I don't care how much you love that person. They will never understand what you deal with in terms of the hate that you get in this system called racism and or discrimination or anything. Just feeling a way, there's a disconnect. They can never say, like Spike Lee used to say, well, what do we used to say back in the day? It's a Black thing you wouldn't understand. That's just true. And other cultures, you can say that for other cultures. There's things that they go through that we just would not understand because that's not our culture. And that's just what it is. And I don't care how much you love the person, that's just what it is. What else? I do think Beyonce had an affair with one of them. It was a rumor back in the day. I do think Beyonce had her little side dude. And then she just let Solange go off on Jay-Z. Yeah, and then that's the little baby said, yeah, and look at how we associate struggle as a grounds to deserving marriage or to claim Blackness. Just like that girl on Love and Hip Hop Miami, Veronica Vega, who liked to use the word nigga, and then she correlated being able to use the word. Her excuse was, I can say nigga. You from Hialeah, Florida, over there in Florida. What is she? Is she Dominican or Cuban? White Dominican or white Cuban, whatever she is. But she said nigga in the song and people called her to the carpet up from it. And she said her reasoning, her justification was because she struggled too. So you associate being able to use the word nigga because you've struggled. So they associate Blackness with struggling. Like, that's not cool. That's not, you can't use the word, but that's not cool to say, oh, because you've struggled, because I've struggled, I could use the word nigga. No, that don't go. That does not go. But that was her justification. A lot of people see like, oh, you don't understand us because of the struggle. It's not just the struggle. It's everything. It's our accomplishments. It's our journey, period. And that journey has some struggle in it, but you're not going to justify you saying nigga because you've struggled. Girl, what? If you don't get your ass out of here with that shit. What else, y'all? We kind of slow. What time is it? Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Okay, look, we have to go. We're going to do this again. I enjoyed all of you. But yeah, go ahead and like the video. We're getting ready to wind down now. Let's see. We need to also a favorite book list from you. Okay. I'll post it on the community section. T.I. has Tiny looking only to continue to disrespect for. Don't get me started on Clifford Harris. We trying to wind down. I'm not going to even get started on Clifford. Let's see. It's because those men have not dealt with the nested pressure of colorism within so successful the white woman. All right, y'all. So we're gonna wind down. We're gonna get going. I'll post my favorite books to the community site. Thank you guys all for coming to my first live. Favorite books, because I'll forget. I have a bad memory. Right now, I have Charlamagne's second book. It's over there on the floor by my bed. I shook one. I've been trying to. I just haven't been in the space. It's about anxiety, dealing with anxiety and stuff like that. Which I shout out to Charlamagne for really promoting mental health and getting yourself together and therapy and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the book that I'm trying to read. I just haven't been in the space to read it. But that's what's next up. Is Charlamagne's book called Shook One. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming to my first live. I appreciate it. Send any topic suggestions to politeasfckpod@gmail.com. And we'll talk Monday. I guess we'll talk on Monday. We'll be back in the car and we'll do more lives. I thought this was really fun. But thank you guys for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. Protect your energy and take care of each other. Peace.